So what exactly does your twin flame go through? We're pretty clear about what it is you are experiencing. Going frickin' crazy, the obsessive thinking, just kind of losing it over this person who you have this sense that you're going to be with them. You just know that you're going to be with this person somehow. And the running and the chasing is super intense. You're just looking everywhere desperately trying to figure out what to do about this situation. And it really just kind of seems like this person just ain't giving a crap. What's up with that? Like, how could I be going so crazy and this person doesn't seem to mind at all, especially after everything we had, right? These are the kind of thoughts that could be going through your head right now. Well, you're not alone. You met your twin flame. And it can be a very, very unpleasant experience, to say the least. But it begs the question, what do they feel? How come it seems like I am experiencing all of these things and all the crazy signs and the numbers and all those things too? And a lot of you watching, you may also be experiencing like metaphysical kundalini things that are going on, right? What is my twin flame going through? Like, do they care at all? Are they even thinking about me? Well, the answer is, in their conscious mind, not really. And I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know, right? Like, you just take a look at the situation. They're not talking to you like they used to. They don't really seem to be interested. Even if they are a little interested, it's like they're always keeping you at an arm's length. You know what I mean? And they just don't seem to be reciprocating. What are they thinking? What are they doing? And pretty much what you see is what you get. That is what they believe they are experiencing, but that's not quite what is going on underneath the surface. And that's probably, what you want to hear about in this video. Like, what is that? What is going on underneath the surface? And I'm also going to tell you why it is that they experience what they do, why they seem to be so distant when you are so just, I gotta have this person, right? So here's what I often tell my students. Over 4,000 students. I'm almost at 5,000 as of the recording of this video. Twin flame students. I'm the world's leading twin flame coach. I've coached more twin flames than anybody. What I tell them is, when your twin flame feels like they got to get away from you, it's like they just got to get away from you and they don't really know why. But when they come back and they want to be with you, and that will happen, it's like they want to be around you and they don't really know why. Now, a lot of you watching, you may disagree with me on that point. You may actually get in the comments section below and say, here's the thing, Kurt, they had all these legitimate reasons why they had to go or why they came back. And then others who are watching, almost all of you, and this has been my experience, thousands of students, you're going to say, no, they just kind of left without giving me an explanation. But a few, they're going to say inevitably, a few of you watching, no, they had really good reasons. Now, if we look at this scientifically, here's what the scientific method would say. If we formulate a hypothesis and we go to corroborate that and make a theory out of it, it has to be that the criteria are true every single time. So if it is true that your twin flame is feeling certain things or has good reasons or doesn't have good reasons, and that was true for all of you watching, then that would be a good hypothesis. We could upgrade that to a theory, right? There would have to be 100% consistency, but the scientific method says if you can disprove a theory one time, it no longer works. You have to come up with a new one to corroborate the observations 100% of the time. So what the hell is going on? If you look at everybody's experience with their twin flame, their person, like the reasons why they think they run and why they're feeling what they're feeling. They have a good excuse. They don't have a good excuse. What is going on here? Why do they do the things they do? And again, what I tell people is, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second, but what I tell people is when they run, they just got to get away, and they don't really know why they got to get away. Even if they seem to have a reason, everybody's twin flame is going to have a different excuse, a different reason. Your twin flame and everybody else's, it's always something different. The story, the narrative, it's always different. Or there is no story. They just got to go. They don't give you any reason at all. They just got to go. There's no reason for it. Now, when they come back, they just want to come back and they don't know why. When they got to go and they don't know why. They might say why they think they got to go, or they might not. That's what I'm saying. Now, why? It's the energy. It's the energy, you guys. And this is what I've learned about twin flames. The only best way to approach this is energetically, scientifically. Watch this. You are body, mind, soul, right? Body, mind, soul. The mind is duality, and it's focused externally. And I'm not telling you anything new. This is an ancient spiritual and even philosophical teaching. The mind is duality. It's linear, past, future, good, bad, me, you, right? Now, body, mind, soul, body and mind, we're pretty clear about what that is. The mind, I gave you a little bit more information. It's duality, it's thought. But the soul, what's up with that? And remember, twin flames are one soul in two bodies, right? Right. The soul incarnates, it reincarnates, okay? Past lives. So it would be the same as if you got in a time machine and went back to meet your previous incarnation, your twin flame. They're just another incarnation of your soul, just like a past life, right? The soul does that. It incarnates and reincarnates. This is just two going on in the same time period. So what I coach my students to do is get out of the duality of the mind and align with your soul, because the soul is pure being. It's pure presence. It's pure isness. It's non-duality. It's not thought. So also, it doesn't care about the narrative. It doesn't care about the story. And remember a few minutes ago, we were talking about why they are doing what they are doing and how they feel and how it's different for everybody, and you can't make heads or tails. You can't seem to come up with a consistent explanation, a consistent hypothesis or theory, because everybody's experience seems to be different, right? The narrative, the story, thoughts, the mind, thinking, concepts, story, telling a story. A story has a beginning, and then there's the content, and then it ends. Linear, past, future, linear, right? The story, the narrative. Here's the reasons why my twin flame said they ran, or here's why I think they ran, or here's why I think they came back, and everybody gets into that story, that narrative. That's the mind. And I'm not even saying that's bad. That's just what that is. But it's not the soul. The soul is consciousness. It's pure being. And remember, you and your twin flame are that. That's where you are completely uniform. And the mind is polarization. It's duality, right? Yin, yang, alpha, omega, past, future, this, that, plus, minus. And again, I'm not telling you anything new. This is ancient, these spiritual teachings. And this is why I've been able to help so many people. I mean, not to toot my own horn, it's just I'm not reinventing the wheel, right? I'm not making up a bunch of stuff about how this is supposed to work. This is proven spiritual practices, right? You are your twin flame. Now, when you approach this through the story, through the narrative, when you're thinking about all those details, trying to understand, figure out why they run or why they come back, and right? That's the mind. The mind is seeking, searching, and when you're doing that, you're actually pushing your twin flame away. You're very, very focused on them. I am focused on they. They, separation. When you believe you are the mind who is telling this story, trying to understand, trying to figure out, right? So the conceptual, when you believe that that is you, who is the thinker, the storyteller, the understander, the seeker, when you derive your sense of self from the mind, the ego, the personality, right? The thoughts, that's when your twin flame runs, because it's duality, it's polarization, me, they. And so you experience polarization, separation, me, they. And in ancient Zen spiritualism, they call that separation consciousness. So now you know where the so-called twin flame community gets that terminology from. Separation. This is ancient. This is straight out of the Tao or Buddhism or Hinduism or even ancient Christianity. Authentic, real, original Christianity before they started taking a bunch of stuff out of the Bible and changing things, right? The Gnostic texts, right? So Council of Nicene, I think it's Nicene Council, before they started to fiddle, right? This is ancient spiritual teaching, separation consciousness, when you derive your sense of self from the personality. So energetically, you are focusing very, very intently on this person. And because the mind is polarization, they are going to focus on anything but you. Remember, you are your twin flame. You are not actually separate from them. This physical reality of duality is just an illusion. It has the appearance of separation, but even quantum physics has proven that we are all connected. Everything is one. So what are they feeling? Whatever they are feeling. Everybody's story narrative is different. Whatever the mind is doing could be different for you versus all the other people on the twin flame journey. But what is the same? As the world's leading twin flame coach, as the only science-based researcher of twin flames, what I can tell you, the energy. The soul is non-duality. They call it unity consciousness. Union. In ancient Zen spiritualism, when you derive your sense of self from the soul, they call that unity consciousness. Again, thousands of years old, straight out of the Tao, Buddhism, Hinduism, etc., right? These are the core principles that all of the world's religions emerged from. Unity consciousness, the soul, which is your twin flame, or separation consciousness, the mind. So when you're in the space of unity consciousness, when you no longer identify as the personality, but instead the being of consciousness, which you already are before you even came into this body, that's when your twin flame sticks around. Unity consciousness. When you're in the mind, that's duality. It's separation. Me, you, this, that, separation. Okay? And you think it's you who is looking at an other person, but it's really the ego. It's really the mind that perceives other, they, them, we. Okay? You're in that place of separation consciousness. And that's why you experience separation. And they're over there doing whatever they're doing. And it doesn't matter. Again, everybody's story could be different. Here's the reason my twin flame did this. Here's how they're feeling about that. And all of y'all got different stories than from my story or from each other's story. But what's the same is the energy. The harder you focus on them, the harder they're going to focus on anything but you. Duality, yin, yang. I focus on you, you stay not focused on me. Duality. That's the yin and yang of it. Right? Go watch my video called What Are Twin Flames, if you like, on this channel. There's even a playlist where I've taken all of my greatest hits and I've assembled them for you. The name of that playlist is called How to Get Your Twin Flame. And the second video is called What Are Twin Flames? The Science-Based Explanation. Guys, the mind is duality. It's polarization. So when you approach this through the ego, the mind, the personality, you're gonna get separation because the mind is only capable of seeing an other. That's why they run. Now, when you transcend the ego, again, ancient Zen spiritualism, transcending the ego, transcending the false self, okay, the illusion of Maya, the illusion of separation. You, the conscious observer, the soul, which is non-duality, you emerge from that ego, you transcend that ego, and you experience unity within. And son of a gun, if your twin flame doesn't start talking to you again, they'll unblock you if they have you blocked, and they'll just want to be around you. And they're going to have specific reasons why they think they're going to have a story, a narrative, why they think they want to talk to you suddenly. But that's not it, guys. It's the energy. You are your twin flame. You already are them. You're actually already not separate. Union is what you naturally are. So what are they going through? What do they feel? I don't know. Go see for yourself. What is your twin flame feeling? You tell me. Okay, it's whatever your twin flame is feeling. My twin flame and your twin flame are going to be having different experiences. Okay, they're going to have different reasons. Why? Because that doesn't matter. It's not important. All that matters is they just want to get away from you and they don't know why. Or when they come back, they just want to be around you and they don't know why. They may say why they think it is. You might even have a story or a narrative, but that's the mind. That's concepts. That's thinking. And again, I'm not saying the mind is bad, but that's what that is. But you transcend that. You're in a place where you don't need stories and narratives. You just are that oneness within. The true self, the soul, which is your twin flame. And that's when they come back. Unity consciousness, union. It's what you already are. You are not separate. You are not your mind. You are not the ego. Again, this is ancient Zen spiritualism. That's all this ever was, guys. Your twin flame is your soul. You just got to do as the soul does, or as I often say, you got to do soul stuff. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching.